Ahead, Level 4. Welcome to Level 4, the last level of Look Ahead. These recordings cover the listening exercises for Units 46 to 60. There are many more exercises based on real-life interviews in this level. This will help you to understand real spoken English, but of course it may be harder for you to understand. Listen a couple of times to discover the general meaning before you worry about what each particular word means. Enjoy these recordings, and good luck with Level 4. Unit 46. Politics. In this unit, we talk about politics and how to express opinions. You'll meet a famous British politician who tells us about the British Parliament. Exercise 2. Listen and write. Complete the sentences in your book and then repeat what you hear.
I don't agree with the government's foreign policy.
I always vote for the Labour Party.
In the last election, I voted for the Green Party.
In some countries, the King or the Queen is the head of state.
The country is governed by a group of ministers under the Prime Minister.
Exercise 3. Listen and read. Look at the following sentences about voting and notice the different tenses used.
I vote in every election.
I have been voting for 7 years.
I have voted in 2 presidential elections.
I voted in the 1992 election.
Exercise 4. Listen and complete the sentences. David, Natalie and Kevin are talking about elections.
In an election, people choose a new government. They vote for candidates from political parties. In Great Britain, there's an election every 5 years.
In the United States, we vote for a new president every 4 years. I've been voting for 7 years. I've voted in 2 presidential elections. What about you?
Well, I've been voting for about 14 years now. I've voted in 1, 2, 3 elections.
I've only voted in 1 election.
Exercise 6. Listen and read. Here's what to say if you don't want to answer a question.
I'm not prepared to answer that.
I'd rather not answer that question.
I probably shouldn't say that.
I'm not telling you.
It's a secret.
Exercise 7. Listen and check. We asked 6 people this question.
Who did you vote for at the last election?
I'm not prepared to answer that.
I voted for the Conservative Party.
I'd rather not answer that question.
I voted Liberal at the last general election.
As a public servant, I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, I inherited a title from my grandfather, so I'm what they call a peer, and therefore I don't have actually any vote in general elections, but I do vote in the House of Lords.
Exercise 9. Listen and read. Listen to these ways of expressing or finding out opinions.
As I see it,
In my opinion,
from my point of view,
I'm against it.
I don't agree with the idea. I'm for it.
I agree with the idea. It doesn't matter.
Do you approve of the new road?
Don't you agree?
That's right.
Hear, hear.
Exercise 10. Listen and answer. Listen to the rabbits holding a political meeting.
I've been living in this forest for a long time, and I've seen a lot of changes. But this new road is a very bad idea. I'm against it.
So am I. Hear, 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 hear.
The new road means more people, and people bring food. I'm for the new road.
Well, we all need food, so I think I'm for it too. As I see it, it doesn't matter if you're for the new road or against the new road.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter because the road has already been built.
Where?
I haven't seen it.
What are you talking about?
What motorway?
Talking nonsense.
Where?
He doesn't know what he's
He
talking
doesn't know
about.
what he's talking about. He certainly doesn't.
Exercise 11. Listen and speak. Now express your point of view. Imagine you meet a man on a train. When the man says something, you answer by saying,
I agree. I don't agree. I'm for it. I'm against it.
Look these words up if you don't understand them.
Democracy.
Rights.
OK, are you ready?
All politicians are good people.
I don't agree.
I think women should have the same rights as men.
I agree.
Are you for democracy or against it?
I'm for it.
What do you think about the new motorway plan?
I'm against it.
Exercise 12. Listen and write the words. You're going to hear Kevin describing the British political system.
As in many other countries, British people vote in an election for a candidate to represent their local area. This area is called a constituency. And Britain is divided into 650 constituencies. Each constituency elects an MP, a Member of Parliament, to the House of Commons, which is one of the Houses of Parliament. The other is the House of Lords. Members of the House of Lords are not elected.
Exercise 13. Listen and read. Listen to Neil Kinnock as he describes a day in Parliament. Play the recording several times. What time does the House of Commons sometimes sit until?
The House of Commons begins to sit as a full assembly at 2:30 in the afternoon. And on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, there's a question time. After the question time, the House will move to the consideration of a motion, and there will be a debate. Some members of Parliament will be involved in the debate, usually around 20 or 25. Some others will sit in to listen to the debate and to take the chance to question ministers on the issue that's under debate. The House will continue to sit until 10 o'clock, but more often than not, the House goes on well past that, because there is always secondary business, secondary legislation, resolutions coming before the House, which mean that the House of Commons can quite normally go through till 1 o'clock in the morning, and on, I don't know, 20 occasions in a year, sometimes go into 4, 5 o'clock, or even sit all night. I've done that many times.
Exercise 16. Listen and answer the question. Here is Neil Kinnock's opinion of the House of Lords. Is he for or against the House?
I think it's ridiculous in any democracy for people to be able to gain a place in Parliament simply because of the fortunes of birth. So I would like to get rid of the hereditary peers.
Exercise 17. Listen and read. Listen to these different ways of expressing opinions. If you are against something, you can say,
I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's awful.
I'm against the House of Lords.
I don't approve of it.
Or, if you are for,
I think it's wonderful.
As I see it, the House of Lords is a good thing.
I'm for the House of Lords.
I approve of it.
Exercise 18. Listen and check. We also asked Neil Kinnock if he had made any mistakes.
I've made many mistakes. I don't think that there's a person alive of 50 years of age who hasn't made mistakes. And any politician with a 22, 23-year career in politics who says they hadn't made mistakes they're either too stupid to recognize them or too arrogant to accept them. So I've made mistakes. There are occasions on which I've spoken too long. There are occasions in which I've associated myself with causes that proved to be the wrong causes. And there are times when I would have liked to have acted much faster than I did, but a series of circumstances prevented that. And so in that 23 years, I don't think I've made more errors than most other people, but I've certainly made them.